Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
To design the Lexus ES, all we had to do was listen. Your ears said exactly where to put the speakers. Your eyes told us where to put the available head-up display.
Hey Lexus, find me an alternate route.
Even your right foot helped out. It let us know you'd enjoy a little more torque. Turns out, you had a lot to tell us. We certainly heard you. The Lexus ES, not just for you, by you. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Happy Fisting Friday.
I like that I can actually fist you today.
Oh, I know.
They can't see, but we're
We've
fisting
pounded
right
it.
now.
We're
Pounding
we're
it
fucking
so
pound
hard.
it. We actually are. Ugh. Wow, your nails are really cute.
Thank you. It's those sticky things that I was telling you
Oh
about.
my God.
Like they
damn.
look good.
No, they look phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to get on that.
It's I've talked about, I don't think I've talked about it on mic, but the last gel I got like completely ruined my nails.
Yep.
So I haven't got them since July, and so now I've just been doing the stickies.
No, they're really nice. I should do that. My nails are really long as hell right now.
They make them long, so, and then they'll protect them so they don't break.
Okay, I'm doing it. Well, we're recording in person for the first time in a very long time. So just get excited for next week when you can see our gorgeous, sexy faces.
They're so good.
Absolutely stunning. We want to take a moment before we start the episode, though, to make sure that you all know that we 100% absolutely condemn anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. And what is going on right now is...
And has been going on?
Yeah, for a long time is something that I personally can say that like I'm not 100% educated on, but I can say confidently that I do not condone anti-Semitism and Islamophobia, and we want to make sure that you all know that, and that this podcast is here to entertain, bring levity, and that stuff, and we want to make sure that we're not opening up a dialogue where anyone of any particular group feels targeted, isolated, and unsafe. Like this is a safe place for everybody. So getting into the rest of this, if you are unclear or unsure what Fisting Friday is, I'll be the one to tell you. It's a rip-roaring good time. Less rips if you prime yourself accordingly by listening to Thursday's episodes of But Am I Wrong? So you know what we're getting into. Get it? You have to lube yourself. Symbolism.
You thought I was going to make a noise, didn't you?
I did.
I thought about it.
I was waiting for it. And we don't have a lag right now because we're in person. So, we're going to be reading the results. And these ones went up late. That is my bad.
You thought you put them up.
I did. I fully made them. And like to the point where I had to scroll back in the like photos in my phone. And I was like fully, and you texted me, you're like, hey, can you post those? And I was like, fully thought I did. My bad, we'll do it right now. So this week's episode will be up better. Or quicker, I should say.
A few more came in that I didn't see earlier.
Oh, really? Shit,
Yeah.
maybe I missed that too.
They're today. Well, yes, they came in like yesterday after I was already. I went to sleep. I've been sleeping terribly.
Yeah, I was curious because
for the
you didn't
last
text
2
me
weeks.
like last night.
Yeah, but I have been going to sleep at like 10 now because of I have to be up early.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, but I've just been sleeping terribly all this week. So I went to bed probably 9:30 last night.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you sleep better?
No, the quality of sleep is not good. I did wake up around 11 and I thought it was 4.
11 p.m.?
Yes. And I go, oh, I have plenty of sleep to come.
Yeah, no, we just started.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of the journey. I mean, I do think we can blame some of it on the earthquakes.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been several this week.
There's too many. Like, and they're not big enough that like asleep or half asleep me is 100% confident that's what it is. And so then I just start to think like, am I still dreaming? Am I going crazy? Like the earthquakes are gaslighting me.
Yeah. And then like when they're in the daytime, I hear them coming, the noise it makes. And I'm like, oh, here comes an earthquake. And then it's just like a little.
And you have a point of reference.
Tap.
You see things, but you're in your dark in your bed. You go,
yeah.
Am I having vertigo or am I on a ship or is the earth quaking?
It's quaking.
It's quaking. The earth is quaking. Not me, but hey, I fully support people whose asses can quake.
This, not that.
Well, I want to make it sure that you know that I support the quaking of your ass. And anybody who has the ability to quake their ass.
My internet's been going off randomly.
Me too. And you know what? I blame the earthquakes. And when Mata's parents were in town, the internet like was really fucking spotty at their hotel. And he like went to the front desk and asked like, hey, has anyone else brought this up? And they're like, oh yeah, ever since I forget what earthquake it was. It was like one of the Ojai one. They were like, it hasn't been the same.
Huh.
Granted, that was in Ojai where they were saying.
True.
Yeah. And it was old. So like the internet is, I think, like one of those underground ones. So that when their earth shook, yeah. Okay. So this is the results for episode 84.
Uh-huh.
And first up, we have me. And Megan thinks we should know less about each other. 10% said I was wrong. 90% said I was not wrong.
A lot of nosy bitches.
Yeah, no, I'm obsessed with the amount of people who are like, I'm just nosy. Like, which I agree. And it is one of those things that I grapple with because it's like the cringe you can't look away from, where I'm just like, ooh, we shouldn't know this. But also I'm like, here I am, then deep diving for more.
Did you see the video I sent you from those two people that you
the
mentioned?
Apology?
No.
Oh no, the video where they're crying after?
No. Well, no. Please look. I sent it to you a couple days ago.
A text?
Uh-huh.
I missed this one. This is in the round of 3 things that I hadn't responded to yet.
Crying because she said she's sad she didn't get to see me as a baby.
Yeah, like I never got to see you hit a home run and
no, thank you. Like, wholeheartedly?
She keeps going on and on about like different life events from when, and then she's like, I'm sad that you weren't born. And I was like, so you want to be his mother? Baby? You want to be his mother? And then they have another video where she's like, say it, call me mommy.
Shut the fuck up.
So that's why
genuinely shut the fuck up.
For them, I don't feel like she made that crying video, but I think she made the crying video because she knows.
Is this a kink?
I think it's a kink for them.
Like,
I
this
truly
feels like
think
a kink.
It's a kink for them.
And here's the thing. I'm fine with anyone else's kinks, but like, can I have a trigger warning disclaimer?
Yes.
This is a kink.
Yes.
Participate if it would be sexually or emotionally gratifying to you. So I can say, I'm gonna opt out.
Yeah. And in that same one that you were just playing, at the end he goes, but you'll get to see that for our future kids. And she was like, but they won't get to see it for me. Ma'am.
What? That is astronomically weird. And I also just cannot relate to someone who is like, there are photos I see of Mott's and like, I love that man to death. Like, but there are phases of his lacrosse life where he's like 14 with his long hair and like his like stupid shit eating grin where I'm like, I know you're a little douche. I don't want to know you then. I'm good. And I'm also very good that he didn't know me during my 9-year awkward phase. Like there are times where I'm just like, sometimes we're supposed to meet people after we've been through some shit. Like I don't need to do that with you at the time. I don't need to be there when your voice drops. Like I don't need to know like, oh, I remember before your balls dropped. Like that's no. Leave some things to the imagination.
Someone said my boss brought a coworker of mine as a date to my wedding before she became my coworker, and I hate knowing that they're dating and no one else knows.
I can't believe you haven't told anybody. That's the issue. Here's the thing. Like when it's like we should know less about each other, I stand by that. But my issue, I tell everybody. And so I go, if I have to know this, you have to know this. Instead of me just being like, let the info die with me.
I do that all the time. Things that come up that are disgusting. And I'm like, I've seen it. So now you have to see it.
No, that is like a huge basis of our friendship. Is like us seeing horrible, cringy things or like niche things we dive into and then being like, now this is your problem too. Right. I must unload this content burden.
Uh-huh.
And that's how I saw that video of those people from you.
Because I sent it.
Exactly.
I was like, I saw it before a lot of people saw it. Hey, and then it became a thing.
Firefest again.
Yep.
It's hard to be on like the
precipice.
That's the word I was searching for. It's hard. It's hard to be on. It's hard to have our pulse. Our finger on the pulse.
Our finger on the pulse.
I think that's such a weird phrase that people use.
Yeah.
Of content, of trends, of cringe. Oh yeah, I think that's the only other one I saved.
There's I think especially on TikTok, people need to relearn what a secret is and that you don't need to tell everyone everything.
Facts. That's so funny.
And then somebody else just said, I'm a nosy bitch, LOL.
And I support that. As someone who's also incredibly nosy, I fully support it.
And then we have me. Melissa wants to know, if you were in an Uber where you felt unsafe, would you report the driver even if it was the driver's primary source of income? 5% said I was wrong. 95% said I was not wrong.
I'd like to issue an apology. People were confused with the way I worded this.
Because that's not how I said to word it.
No, but I got confused with how you worded it, and then I made it more confused. It's just one of those things that, like, I need to just... If I'm confused, that's a personal problem, and I'm probably on an island of one. Do you know what I mean? Like, anytime that I'm like, oh, I'm confused, let me reword this. Everyone's like, what the fuck does this mean? And I go, okay, so that was a me problem where I was confused. I should have just kept it how it was.
I said the vote should be, would you report? Like, yes or no.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that is my bad, everybody. But I don't think it skewed the results.
No, I don't think so either.
Whatsoever, and if anything, very marginally.
Someone said, sure, report, but only because we know Uber driver was a bad driver and may be risking other security.
Someone also said, I definitely reported. She sounded like a danger to Houston traffic and society. Love the phrasing of that.
Melissa isn't wrong. What's new? But if I'm being honest with myself, I probably wouldn't report the driver if I was in the situation.
Did you report the driver finally?
Catherine did.
Yeah. I had a similar situation, except it was 2 a.m. and the driver who picked me up from the airport wouldn't stop talking, and eventually he told me that he was an accident.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
In an accident in the ride right before mine. I left feedback because of erratic driving, but I still tipped. Still tipped well, specifically. Then we have rider number 1 versus person in front of the rider's boyfriend who is standing the whole concert. I love my graphics I used to describe. I made so many different options.
Are you going to read the results?
Oh, my bad. Yep, I will. 65% said the rider and boyfriend are wrong. 35% said the other girl is wrong.
Yeah, this is a great graphic of Barbie. Barbies. Hey, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
I can't quote it, so thank you for doing so. Someone said, I'm not going to lie. I'm someone who stands the whole concert unless I need a break on my feet, and if people behind me are sitting, I don't really care. I know it sounds rude, but I also haven't been to a concert where I'm the only one standing. It's always a situation like this where at least half the crowd is also standing.
Here's somebody else. Sorry, but I think concerts are for dancing. Obviously watching that you are not hitting or bothering the person beside you. I think that if sitting down, you can still watch the screen I think that if sitting down, you can still watch the screen as listen. What? As you, maybe. I think that if sitting down, you can still watch the screen as you listen to the live music. What? That still doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Watch the screen and listen to the live music, which should be okay for anyone who wants to stand.
Sure. They're essentially saying if there's a screen there, watch the screen if you're sitting down.
The issue is that like concert venues aren't built for that. You know, like the screens are meant to amplify and zoom in so you can have a clearer view, but not so you can have a clearer view despite if the people around you are standing and you're sitting.
Yeah.
And it's also height dependent.
Yeah, it's height dependent. And also if you're in a theater setting, sometimes they don't have screens.
Yeah. So I just think that, like, as I've said in the other one, when I did my hot take, I think there just needs to be sections for everything so everyone can get the concert experience that they want. So here's my take on this one. I'm an avid concert goer, love mosh pits and frequent general admission shows where if you don't want to be a sardine, you stand in the back. However, due to the show being at a theater, the etiquette is usually to sit for the majority of the show. In my experience, it's weird to me that they are standing for some songs and sitting for others. All theater shows I've been to usually involve sitting for everything except maybe the encore. Just my 2 cents. That's interesting. Like, I think...
Where do you live would be my next question.
I like that concept. I will say, like, the shows that I've sat the most at that are theater shows, like I'm glad that was it was totally the vibe. And I think that, like, venue wise, it'd be cool if like an artist had an album that was, you know, more of a ballad type album, or they wanted people just like sit, listen, and watch, like that Lord meme where it's like shh, people are singing along. Like, that would be cool if it's like, oh, it's in a theater, so this means this is what the artist wants.
Like the Unplugged that used to come on back in the day. I'm going to Janelle Monáe next week, and it's in a theater, and I've been looking at other photos because they're all in theaters and everybody's standing the whole time. Yeah, that's like Adele's too. And I most of the theater shows I'd been to, depending on the style of music though, and the specific album, because when it's like a slow ballad, I'm not here to communally slow dance with strangers. Yeah. Like, let's sit. I'll say for Beyonce's concert, she does ballads at the very beginning of the show, and everybody was standing for those. But when she did the ones at the end of the show, everybody was sitting down. So you get tired. You get fucking tired. And you go, I'm here to respect. Yeah. Like, you know, it's like, imagine people standing during a play. Like, I would take that as a threat. I'd be like, are you trying to fight? That's what they used to do back in the day. Back in the Shakespearean days. In the round. I think the way you both discussed how the writer's wrong made sense, but I think standing the whole time after being asked by 2 people is rude. I would at least sit down for some songs after being asked. Sitting the whole time isn't required, but standing the whole time when you know it's blocking people feels wrong. That's all. Like, that's probably what I would do. And not because I think it is right or wrong, but just because I feel uncomfortable. Writer number 2 versus sister who scheduled her child's birthday party on the same day as the writer's child's birthday. Who is wrong? 5% is wrong. 95% said the writer is not wrong. No one wrote in for this one. No. I think everybody was just stood by it. Wrong of the week, I nominated Dax Shepard. 98% said he is wrong. 2% said he is not wrong. A couple people messaged saying that they voted wrong for that one. 222. Someone said, I knew his vibes were horrible ever since I saw him in whatever shitty early 2000s comedy he was in, and I felt so validated now that he proved that he's a real piece of shit and everyone knows it. What movie was he in? I'm telling you right now, I couldn't name one thing. Well, you can't because of the strikes. Well, no, I can't and I won't. Let me take again. Oh, okay. Now that I'm looking, I do remember. Oh my God. Melissa, he is in a show that I watched and I've recommended to you thousands of times, and I absolutely adore. With his wife? No, and I forgot he's a main character on one of my favorite shows, and I forgot. He's actually in a lot of things that I've seen now that I'm looking. I could see this man apparently on my TV screen, and I wouldn't know a thing. Yeah. All right. And then wrong of the week, Bev Speaks. I like that you took one of her own videos with a word in it and used it. Well, because if anyone didn't see, it says
She's going to be mad at me because I'm going to say it wrong. Bumptious?
Bumptious?
Confident in an annoying way. And I was like, this is so on the nose, Bev.
Yeah.
Bev, the jokes write themselves.
95% said Bev is wrong. 5% said Bev is not wrong.
Desperately wishing that the strike was over so we can include all of the references and things we just talked about.
I know, we have to cut all of it out, but SAG people, not SAG people, the AMTP,
I know,
whatever
there's too
the
many
letters,
letters,
and it's the same letters.
I know.
Those people are being assholes, and so
yeah,
I can't believe.
This episode is brought to you by Lifetime. Her search for a family set off a chain of devastating events. In this Lifetime original movie, based on a true story, a girl's dream to reconnect with her biological parents spirals into a chilling nightmare. And a father's unnatural fixation on his daughter leads to a disturbing secret. Watch Husband, Father, Killer, the Alyssa Platel story, premiering tonight at 8. Part of Truly Unbelievable Movies, a ripped from the headlines event, only on Lifetime.
For going into like actual sit down negotiations, it's going to the third week.
And the fact that 2% is a non-starter.
Yeah.
Is absolutely wild. Someone like responded to my tweet with being like, I feel like they should have asked for 10 or 5. And I go, are you mishearing that like the 2% is the it's like we're leaving the table.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're not even dignifying this with a response. It's like, okay, I feel like, please sir, can I have some more? Like scraps.
Right.
It's absolutely wild.
And they won't budge on any of the AI stuff either.
No.
Which is, one of my friends was talking to a lawyer that works for one of these big threes. And they were like, it doesn't matter to us. Like, they were like, we're going to do whatever.
Well, I'm just...
Like, as in, like, we're going to make the AI and we'll just get around it.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I think is, while it's just, at this point, you've already met the writer's demands. The writer's demands, without actors, those writers aren't going to write for your projects. Mm-hmm. It's a big competition outside. Just swinging those around. Yeah, that part's like wild to me because I'm like, okay, you already lost. So now people are just going to be working with studios that agree to the terms.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like they're just going to try and employ writers on unscripted content and then have unscripted actors be like reality stars that can't join it.
So it'll be the opposite of what happened with the last strike.
Exactly.
Where the writers turned into producers.
Yeah. We need the Directors Guild and the Producing Guild. I'm like, let's come
but the
together.
Producing Guild is not really a guild.
We need them. I'm like, you're not a real guild, but like you have the name and now, I don't know, I'm just like, do we not have dirt on any of these people? Like, I'm not suggesting we blackmail people, but I'm just kind of like, just because they have money, when you have that much money, yes, it is power, but like we know you didn't get that money in a good way.
Yeah.
So
but
like,
also the directors, like they didn't even strike because they came to their agreement before it even got to that point. So I don't even think the Directors Guild cares that much.
No, they don't care. That's the issue. Is like people aren't caring. Like,
yeah.
And I'm just like, we're all like, I don't know why people need to be reminded that like you actually can't do your job without us doing our job. Uh-huh. And it's the same thing that like if directors went on strike, like I can't do my job without you.
Right.
So like class solidarity.
Right.
But they're like, no, we own homes in like richest parts of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
We are not the same. Well, you know what? Fuck them.
I was looking at the list of people that went FICOR, and there's random people on there like WGA like George Clooney.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that one.
And Sylvester Stallone.
Shit's fucking weird.
I know.
It's so complex. And I'm like, learning is hard.
Mm-hmm. Robert Rodriguez did too, but like he's been like, not now, he went like years ago, but that's why he strictly does independent stuff. He's on the list for directors too. Like he's not in any guild.
That's a little random to me.
Well, him and Quentin Tarantino did it for Directors Guild because they don't like the rules that they have to stand by, and they're like, we'll just they fund everything that they do. Like they get
what year?
investors.
Because am I misremembering that he directed?
He can do it, but he's doing everything indie
for Spy Kids. That's not that's what, like, I mean, he might have written, like, holy shit, if he just did that, he made so much money.
Yeah.
That's the part that I would be floored by. Melissa, this is crazy.
Yeah. 2001 is when he went.
That was released in 2001.
Well, Steven Soderbergh is also FICOR WGA.
Holy shit.
So is George Lucas.
Melissa, he directed it, he wrote it, he produced it. I knew those things. He edited Spy Kids.
That man is
This
rich.
is a short film. The man is so fucking rich.
Yeah. But George Lucas is also FICOR for WGA.
Wow. Oh yeah, and he the production company is his production company. Yeah. I would love to just raise $35 million. Like, that's just, I wouldn't know how to do that. I wasn't even good selling at magazines in school.
I'm taking like things to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
And basically everybody's just like, ask your friends. And I'm like,
I love you. I don't have $35 million for you.
But also I don't want to do that. But also it's like people that are like, some people will ask like people in the Midwest that like want to be part of the movies and they're going to get a producing credit and they don't know how Hollywood works.
There's a girl on TikTok who people have this like whole conspiracy thing about, who like says that she has like all this money in like a very successful like influencer consulting business, and she like produces these movies, and everybody's like, where, like, they're calling her like a current day Anna Delvey. And she like produced some movies, and she was like, this is credibility to this. And I was like, well, if you have money, like,
if you have money, if you just ask people with money.
Oh, well, I hope you all enjoyed this Fisting Friday. I hope it was satisfying for you.
So satisfying. So long and deep.
I was like, there's a D coming out of your mouth.
And wet.
Yeah. Unless you wanted it dry and shallow.
My butthole.
I know. Yeah. So sometimes when I do that, I can crack my tailbone. Pretty much every time I do that.
Do what?
When you like clench your butt, it cracks my tailbone.
I thought you meant sucking. I was like, how?
No, that's a Kegel. Like, you can't control one without the other.
I just make like the noise that you make with your mouth. I thought you were saying sometimes because you go, sometimes when I do that. So that's what I thought you meant.
No. But like when you clench, my tailbone cracks.
But don't you have issues with your tailbone?
I do.
As it is?
I have a plethora of issues. The biggest one being there's a piece of it that is gone.
Is it just floating around?
Yeah, it's floating around. You've not seen my tail. I've got this little like.
I know.
Yeah. Lily's like, go to a chiropractor for that. And I was like, a chiropractor will not touch my body, but happy for the people it works for. That's it. Well, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll fist you soon.
Oh, I was going to say, because we do circle back for touch base. Like, this was inspired by Avia sent me something, and she's put, we're going to TB. And I was like, what the fuck does
tuberculosis
that mean? Yeah. And then she said, touch base. And so I was like, we should start ending Fisting Fridays with, we'll touch base next week.
I love that. What she said, we'll touch base next week. Well, TB, tuberculosis. Damn.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys. It's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate.
We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural then and now.